All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Ambassadors issue number 5 of 6. And I must say, I really do not enjoy this book at all. Not only this book, but this complete series. I'm very, very disappointed in what Mark and Millar is doing with, his recent work. I know that, people, like this one. I didn't like this character. I forgot about him anyway. And I didn't buy the big game because I was not interested. There was a tweet not so long ago on X or Twitter when Mark Millar called out the big two about, good storytelling, and that they stop continuing the woke path or something like that. Maybe not in those words, but that was basically the message. But then he's doing the exact same thing in this series. There's a lot of bullshit in here, modern day sensibilities that doesn't belong, well, shouldn't be in this comic, in my opinion, because it's just more for me talking points and proving like, hey, I'm on your side, guys. But without further ado, I'm going to show you what I mean. Also, I'm not blown away by the art as well. This is the artist, Matteo Bovagni. And he's, I don't know, somewhere in the Arctic, I guess. I'm not sure where it is. Doesn't care for me. Doesn't matter to me, I mean. And I always say big splash pages needs to impress people. It doesn't do it for me. I mean, if you are taking away all of the colors, right, then you have unimpressive shading work, if at all. I mean, Photoshop guy does all this shading stuff, and it's not good. I don't feel very immersed in this. I mean, even this, it looks very simple, just shapes, if you know what I mean, without any textures. So he's calling, I don't know. Let's skip the unnecessary stuff. He needs to find some hikers. I don't know, he went missing or something. But that's not really what's going on. What every Ambassadors Coming is doing is introduce a new character for the group, right? And with their own new backgrounds. And at some point, I just nope out because this is now the 5th book. And the talking points about, hey, we only need the best. We only need the ones that are doing good. We have seen it all before in 4 issues, now 5 issues. So this guy is old, right? He's on the verge of dying, I guess, because he's old, right? And Miss Chung, or what's this? Is this Chung? Yes. She says, you want to join a superhero team, Mr. Taylor? And then he asks, then he responds a question with a question. Is this a problem, Mr. Chung? I mean, it's just a yes or no. You just answered yes or no. And he says, is this a problem? I mean, you want to join her, right? Not the other way around, dumbass. So he explains that you said it didn't matter what we look like, young, old, fit, or fatty. You and your scientists could turn us into superheroes. Well, I like to upgrade the shitty old body and volunteer my services as the ambassador for Australia. But there are some concerns because he says, well, he has some homophobic slurs and racist remarks. And he was some kind of a deputy prime minister. And he says, well, yeah, but it was in the past and I've changed and all that. And I just, riling up the crowd and blah, blah, blah. He says, I came here to make an offer to you guys. When you hear what I got to say, I reckon you change your minds. I thought, okay, this is going to be good, right? Right? So this is going to be good. Okay, so then we go to wherever this is. Could be in the Himalayas, could be the Arctic, could be, I don't know, the South Pole. I don't know. And he can conjure up many powers because of the technology. So he's running and running and running. And there's also a blizzard. And so this camp, I don't know, if this is a camp, these people are probably on the verge of dying. And you know what the big is? The big thing that needs to change the whole narrative here? You're gay? Wait, what? That was the big reveal? That's going to change their minds? You're gay. That's it. So him being a homophobe and a racist was just, oh yeah, well, I did it for the country or something like that. But he cheated on his wife or whatever, and or his marriage. He cheated and he was gay, and he also has a son and blah blah blah. And he says, What about your son? He spent an entire election railing against the evils of homosexuality. So maybe this is wake-up call. What do you think? So she says, I kind of like it. Wait, what? What? Are you really? And he says, it comes with a condition. He said, what's the condition? This is one occasion where your identity must be public. People need to hear about your little change of heart. So basically, you have to only, this is the message, by the way, you are LGBTQ and you get everything handed on the platter. It doesn't matter if you are a piece of shit. It doesn't matter if you are a scum of the earth. No. The big reveal is that you're gay. And if you're gay, then your sins will wash away, right? And don't mean the sins of you being gay, because I don't care about that. I don't care if this guy is kissing another man. I mean, it would be cool if this was part of a storyline, right? Or maybe a separate storyline that this guy is some kind of maybe a former superhero, right? And he's, he is and has a public image to uphold, and he may be scared to come out, and then he's doing that as a secret, and then he has to come out, and then he needs to regain people's trust again because, I don't know, maybe he is a this is just made up stuff, what I'm saying. Maybe he's a man of God, and God, and the Bible says, this is against the nature of the God, and then, I don't know, he needs to find a way to deal with all that stuff, right? And then maybe you're some kind of a redemption story, or whatever you're going to call it. But the whole reveal has been, you're going to pick me because I'm gay. That's it. That's the whole reveal. And of course, he's been picked. And then he is using the powers to forming some kind of an igloo and heating some of these guys. But then there's some kind of a storm coming or something because the winds have picked up. And so he cannot use all the powers anymore, right? Because he can have access to 50 powers, but then 3 at a time, I believe. But then, oh no, what a coincidence. Some kind of a Boeing comes out of the sky and crashes exactly at the same spot. And they're all in the water now. And then he says, oh no, I can, because these are vegans. Vegans, am I right? Vegans, right? All of them are vegans. Why? Why have to put in here? Why is it necessary to say, well, these are vegans, right? We are, come on, man. He says, no way I can save them and the plane at the same time. Got to go for the higher number. But then, oh no, what a coincidence. Another superhero guy with a very smug face saves the plane and everybody else. And he's going down and he says, who the fuck are you, right? He doesn't answer that. And he says, you need to be quiet and doesn't tell what happened here because this Australian guy is going to get all the credit. So he says, why? Do you think you're the only super people on the planet? These bastards are there doing terrible things. They'd rip me apart if they ever track me down. These are the richest men in the world, my friend, and they'll be coming after you and your friends very soon. So he says, who are you? Well, it's Jamie McPhail. Who the F cares who this guy is? So and then we all has his little bit of a background because, I don't know, took them from an orphanage, messed around with his evolution, turned him into a superhero, I guess. But then he is reading all these comic books, right? And he says, I want to be a superhero. So he's doing it all in secret. And it's been just a matter of time before they catch up. So he's doing the Batman. He's gone, right? Now, I don't like the art, but I must say this dog looks cool. So this is in the Australian outback, and these are the villains, right? So from issue 4 till now, we have only seen maybe 1 or 2 pages of these guys. This is the husband of the Chung woman, right? Collecting also superheroes, villains to do his own evil deeds. And then this guy says, would you tell the dog to shut up, please, sir? Sparking is driving me crazy. I kill it myself. But he always loved animals. No, that's not how it works. You cannot say that you love animals and at the same time say you want to kill them. That's not how it works. And he says, where's my granddaughter? Where is she? And he says, heads or tails? What? So just answer the question. He says, if you don't answer the question, we're going to kill you. So he says tails. And then his granddaughter falls out of the sky dead. And that was a cool joke. Because, hey guys, we have a group of evil people here. And we want to show them how really evil they are doing evil things. Isn't this cool? Question mark. Okay, so we have this guy that is not really on board with that because he doesn't like, hurting people. He wants to just live forever and never go back to the hospital. But then this guy says, hey, see, we don't do this because we enjoy it, Bryn. We kill this as a bonding exercise. And maybe we'll little shit on each other. Dude, what is this? What is this narrative? So he says, now, it basically says we control the internet, so nobody's going to see it, right? And so you're going to do as what we tell you to do, or otherwise we're going to kill you. And he says, yeah, do you really think I give you all these abilities without incorporating a little bit of face save? Now do as you're told. So he just kills this guy, right? All right. And he says, hey, did you know about the ambassadors, about this Australian edition? So no big deal. They'll be all soon enough. I found my little traitor in the ranks. I'm bored out of my mind. I don't care at all. All these people, including the heroes, are horrible people. They're all self-centered. They're all whining and crying about their sexuality and how progressive they are. And, you see that with the other guy that... I'm not going into that. But this is boring as fuck, man. Like I said, this is now the last issue, so this is probably the big payoff, the grand finale. But what is basically the whole message here? So she is rounding up a group of superheroes doing good, and then we have a group of supervillains doing bad, right? But there's not really an underlying story that is gripping me, except from, hey, we are assembling a team of heroes. And they're all progressive, and they're all, look like us, blah, blah, blah. It's boring. I don't like it at all. This is going to be on my to sell list. And I'm not picking up any or more of Mark Millar's new comics. I don't know what the end goal is in here. It feels that this is just a book being made without any real story, if you know what I mean, right? It's just a book that exists, right? We have a group of people that's been thrown together. And why? Because of the big game, because they're coming back into the big game. So this is just all, all these people are just, hey, let's make a book so that we're going to feature here at the big game. And this needs to be some kind of a big crossover. I don't care. I just don't care. Maybe you like it. I don't. I just hate it. This whole reveal about, I'm being gay and therefore you need to pick me. And then she says, yeah, let's pick you because you're gay. Why don't you pick him because he did something good, have some altruism here, save a puppy. I don't care. But, being LGBTQ gets me everywhere. Don't you know, guys? Fuck off. F off. Fuck off. Anyway, see you later, guys. This is the end of the book. Hope you liked the video. Leave a comment. That would help me a lot. Bye-bye.